Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Anizi with What If Naruto Was Neglected and Had the Jogan and the Karma Seal Part 2. So, let's get started. Naruto was now in the council room. He had just recounted the events of Memma's temper tantrum that led to the destruction of half of the village, since Naruto refused to give his hardly earned title of the Rookie of the Year to Menma. So let me get this straight, Mr. Uzumaki. Your brother Danzo was then cut off. No, Mr. Shimura. The disowned Uzumaki, you mean, Naruto said. Ah, my mistake. The disowned Uzumaki. Danzo was once again cut off. What do you mean, disowned, Naruto? You can't disown him, Krishna said. Well, of course I can. Are you forgetting? I'm the Uzumaki clan head, Miss Namikaze. According to clan laws, anybody who hurts or bullies or target family is disowned. That means your Menma and Mito are disowned, Naruto said. You would dare use that law on us, your family? Naruto, Krishna yelled at him mad. Brat, apologize and turn this banishment that you have unfairly done on Menma and Krishna and Mito now, Snarly yelled. Can't you see that you're hurting your mum, who held you for 9 months? Tsunade yelled. Enough, Lady Senju. You don't command the Uzumaki clan. I do what I see fit. I'm the first male Uzumaki in generations and I haven't broken any laws. So I will not let the spoiled demons into my clan, Naruto yelled. Tsunade was about to get up and punch Naruto in front of the whole council, but Hiruzen smacked his staff on her face. Down go. Bad go, he said. Back to the questions. Naruto, please clarify. Menma went into his berserk state after he was mad that he didn't beat you and become the Rookie of the Year, right? Hiruzen asked. Correct, GG. Naruto says. Naruto, retract that statement now. Are you implying that the QB controls Menma? Are you implying that the Child of Prophecy is nothing but a puppet for the demon? Jiraiya yelled, worried for the prophecy. Yeah, I am, cause that's what happened, Naruto replied. Minato got mad and was about to yell at Naruto, but was once again interrupted. Now, Minato, no interrupting clan heads. But I can make a proposition. Since Menma is unstable, he should be inducted into my route. Not forever, but just after school for training or after missions for training, in learning how to control his emotions. After all, he killed a few thousand of us, of our people, Danzo said. Are you mad? That's my son, Minato and Krishna yelled. Look at what you've done, brat, Jiraiya yelled. No, what have I done, huh? I just said the truth, unless the great Sanin Jiraiya wants me to lie to the Honorable Council, which I never could, Naruto said, with false care in his tone. Your jealousy has gone long enough. Retract that statement about Menma and take full responsibility. It was your fault. You made him angry, yelled Tsunade. That's right. Lord Senju is right. Lord Menma could never attack us. It was that loser, that jealous boy, Mebuki Horano yelled. And what would a civilian like you know? Horano, why don't you shut up and keep out of shinobi affairs? Or shall I have my friend the Fire Daimyo take care of you? Naruto says, with threats. Are you threatening one of my council members? Minato said. No, I'm just saying I'll have my friend the Fire Daimyo talk to her, Naruto said, sarcastically. Enough! Menma is forgiven. He is the Child of Prophecy and will learn to control his emotions. Then Namikaze shall pay for the repairs under compensation. Now moving on, Naruto, it seems that you have made a space-time ninjutsu that creates infinite distance from enemies, hostile and objects, and you. So, tell us how you did that so we could teach our children of prophecy this, Minato said. Absolutely not, Minato. This jutsu is mine. Konoha Charter 561. All shinobi can own the right to the created jutsus and cannot be pressed even by the Hokage to give it up, Naruto said. You dare use rules to deny your brother and sister their clan right to power, their birthright? Jiraiya yelled. They have no rights to my jutsu, Jiraiya. Now shut up. A Sanin is just a glorified jonin. You ain't anyone special. You ain't even a clan head. You're nothing. You're a loser. You come from no clan. You have no special bloodline, Naruto yelled. Naruto, are you disrespecting Jiraiya Sensei, yelled Minato. And if I am, what are you going to do about it, Minato? Cry. You have no power. I'm the head of the Uzumaki clan. I'm allied with the Fire Daimyo. So shut your bitch ass up, boy. You won't get any of my jutsus and you won't be getting my clan status and you won't get my rights either. I am the firstborn of the Uzumaki. The Uzumaki clan is mine, Naruto said. Is there anything else, Mr. Namikaze? Naruto said. Yes, give the jutsu, Minato said, with greed. No, is there anything else, Gigi, or can I be dismissed? Naruto said. Yes, Naruto, you are dismissed, Hiruzen said, as Naruto got up and walked out. Now then, teams, let's discuss this, Hiruzen said. Hiruzen, you can't just defy me. You're the third Hokage, your time is up. You're a bygone era, Minato said. I can and I will. Your favoritism for Mita have gone long enough to support this stupid child of prophecy. This is all foolish, Hiruzen said, smacking his staff on Dryer's head as Dryer was about to interrupt him. Don't interrupt me, Dryer. You are just like Orochimaru, a failure. But back to what I was saying. You can't force Naruto to give you jutsus. He is friends with the Fire Daimyo and can have your power removed. Now let's discuss the teams, like I said. Until Minato is mentally well and not bewitched by this prophecy, I will be taking charge. And every action Minato take will have to be approved by me. Under Konoha Charter 123, if an active Hokage showing favoritism or is not mentally conditioned to lead, a previous Hokage may approve all his requests if he desires that, and that is what I desire for the safety of this village, Hiruzen says. But Lord Third, Minato-sama is right. That family wrecker needs to give our heroes his jutsus so we can win and become the strongest, Harane yelled out, only for Hiruzen to whip Mabuki straight in the face with his staff. Shut the hell up, you know nothing. Konoha Charter dictates Naruto doesn't have to give anything, so he doesn't. So shut your mouth, civilian, or else I will have my Anbu remove you permanently, Third Hokage Hiruzen said. Damn you, Sensei, you're breaking the prophecy, Dryer yelled out as Hiruzen sighed. Your prophecies are stupid, Dryer. I've had enough. Not one of them has ever come true. Now quiet down, Hiruzen said, as Dryer looked heartbroken, but his anger soon started taking over as Tsunade got angry. Sensei, Mito needs that jutsu. She could be untouchable, Tsunade yelled out. No, she doesn't. She'll have to make her own, Hiruzen said, knowing that Naruto's infinite defense was part of his dojutsu, the jogan, that Naruto wanted to hide until the Chunin exams to put Minato and his little kids in their places. Lord Third, I don't know what my spoiled son had told you, but don't believe the lies he had. Bet nothing, Krishna. Your son Naruto is my adoptive grandson now. He told me nothing. I've seen your favoritism with my own 2 eyes, Hiruzen said. Lord Third, I respect you, but your era is long gone. Minato is Hokage. Come on, Sensei. They are family. Naruto should share his jutsus with Mito, Dryer said. If he doesn't want to share his goddamn jutsus, then he doesn't have to. You can't force him. Now, as I am the third Hokage, I end this meeting. Minato is no longer fit to make decisions and will now be having to approve all his decisions by me, Hiruzen said, as the council nodded and walked out. Hiruzen was now walking to the Uchiha compound. As he stopped by the gates, he saw the guards. Lord Third, I didn't know you were coming here, a guard said, as Hiruzen smiled. I need to speak with Fugaku and Itachi, Hiruzen said. As you wish. Please make your way to the center compound, the big one. That's where you will find them, Hiruzen said okay as the guard nodded. Hiruzen made his way to the Uchiha main house. He went in to see Fugaku, sitting on his chair. Lord Third, what brings you here? Fugaku asked, as Hiruzen seized the gesture for him to sit down. As you know, Fugaku, Minato is out of his mind, believing the stupid prophecy, favoring 2 of his kids over 1 and demolishing everything he believes is a threat. It's not even the worst. The worst is that Krishna, Dryer and Tsunade are enabling him to do this, Hiruzen said. Fugaku's eyes raised. He never thought he would hear Lord Third belittling his precious students like that, and his successor. I agree, but what do you want me to do about it? You know I will vote against Minato if I believe he is wrong, which in this case he is, Fugaku says. I know, Fugaku, but I'm not here for that. The reason I called you and Itachi is that I heard Minato is going to have Kakashi train Mito and Sasuke and Sakura and leave Naruto without a sensei, so I was hoping that Itachi can train Naruto and take him as an apprentice, Hiruzen said. Both Uchihas were taken back. Lord Hokage, I have a team. I'm a Ambu captain, said Itachi as Hiruzen shook his head. Minato went to step Lord third, Hiruzen said. You don't understand, Itachi. Naruto is a flight risk. He's only loyal to me. We need someone else for him to be loyal to and be friends with, and that's you. Hiruzen lied. He would help Naruto leave the village if that's what Naruto wanted. This village was corrupted and it didn't have the will of fire anymore. I don't know, Itachi says. I think you accept, Itachi. You need to leave the Ambu. You've been in it for too long, since you were a kid. Have some fun. Train a kid, Fugaku says, surprising Itachi. He never thought his own father would be saying this. His own father who made him fight in a war. Well, if my dad thinks he's right, I accept, Lord Hokage, Itachi says as Hiruzen smiled. You're a good man, Itachi. Protect Naruto. He's as much as a grandson as Konohamaru is. Plus, I think you will find his surprise really surprising, Hiruzen said, thinking about the jogan. Hiruzen then left. The next day, Minato was mad. His plan to keep Naruto weak and make sure his precious children of prophecy would grow strong failed. His plans were sabotaged by Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage. His plan was to make sure that Naruto didn't get a sensei, so that he couldn't get training or missions, and therefore would be weak, by having senseis not pick him and put him in the reserves. But then Hiruzen, oh how Minato hated that guy now. First he took Mito's inheritance and gave it to Naruto, then he trains Naruto making his prophecy kids look weak, and now he gets Itachi Uchiha to train Naruto. How dare he? Why is he against the prophecy? Why can't he see that Naruto needs to stay weak and pathetic for the world to be safe? Naruto cannot be the prophecy kid, or else his family and the village will be doomed. What is Hiruzen doing? Is he going to destroy the village? Minato thought. Minato knew that the village would unite under him, and the will of fire, when united, will make Menma Mito stronger. Why would Itachi choose Naruto to train over Sasuke, or even Menma Mito? But before Naruto could stop that, Hiruzen had the Fire Daimyo sign the order, so he, Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, couldn't revoke it. We now skip to class. It was a few hours later. The recently graduated students sat in class waiting for Iruka to arrive. Mito was seating. Hey loser, how dare you beat up me and my brother? You cheat. And now Menma's going to that Danzo fella, Mito yelled out as she came stomping her way to Naruto with Sasuke and Kiba, her side witches, following her. Hey dope, you beat Mito. I'm gonna kill you, Sasuke said, charging at Naruto, only to find himself engraved in the wall. Sasuke-kun, yelled Sakura, Mito and Ino as Mito's chakra chains rushed towards Naruto, only for them to feel like he was infinite distance away, as Naruto then shortens the distance, kicking Mito in the head. His foot and Mito's face made contact as Mito was sent flying. Naruto then kicks Ino, who was running at him, into Sakura, sending them both flying into a wall. Suddenly, the doors open to reveal Hinata, who is seething. When she sees Naruto, her Bakugan activates. You monster! You got Menma in trouble in the clutches of Danzo. Do you know what that monster does? The council agreed to have Menma, after team assignments, be harshly trained by Danzo to be remolded. This is your fault. If you just gave my Menma his title of Rookie of Year, he wouldn't be going through this, yelled Hinata, going for a Juken strike, but her face found it suddenly engraved in the wall as Naruto gave her a bitch slap, putting a handprint on her face. She went flying into Kiba's nuts as Kiba rubbed her head and used it as a way to relieve himself of something that was rising. Well, let's continue. Hinata freeing herself, Juken strike Kiba in his nuts. Ah, you stupid! Kiba yelled out as the attacker of Naruto were now together. They were about to charge at him once again when the door opened up to reveal Iruka with Menma. Menma had a collar around him. Mito and Hinata gasped at the sight. It was a bloody beaten Menma. He was no longer wearing his ugly orange-blue jumpsuit that Hinata found attractive, but now he's wearing black and grey Ambu attire of Root. Menma-kun, Hinata yelled, rushing towards Menma. Hinata-chan, the things Lord Danzo did to me, it hurts, he cried. Mito came up. Brother, are you okay, she said. Mito, don't ever use the QB chakra without good reasons, or you'll find yourself in that hell that I'm in, he said, warning her. Hinata and Mito glared at Naruto, who smirked at them. They were about to rush at Naruto, but Iruka used his big head jutsu. He disliked Naruto, but he hated Memma more. That demon trampled over his house. That was finally out of mortgage that very day. Now he had to get another mortgage. In his Seven Tails form as well. So class, it's that time of the year. You will now officially become Shinobi today and you'll get your teams till you become Chunin. That could mean the rest of your lives or it could mean next year. Depends on how long it takes you to become Chunin, said Uruka. The Shinobis looked around. I hope I'm not on Naruto's team. Yeah, he stole Mito-chan's inheritance. I want Akama to bite his balls off. He will pay for what he did to me, making me Danzo's pet. He will pay for taking my inheritance and for what he did to my memory. How dare he takes the future Uchiha matriarch's inheritance. Those Uzumaki scrolls could have been useful for me to beat Itachi and become the head, was what was heard throughout the classrooms. Naruto has ignored it. He ignored everything these losers said. Enough, let's announce the teams. Team 7 is Memma, Mito, Sasuke and Sakura under Hatake Kakashi. I'm with Mito-chan. Yes, Sasuke yelled out, happy. Kakashi-ni, yes, Mito said. Kakashi, I need him. He will help me get power to kill Danzo and Naruto, Memma thought out. No, I'm not a Memma-kun's team. I demand you change this now, peasant. Who do you think you are separating me from Memma? Hinata yelled as Urukana ignored her. I'm on Sasuke-kun's team. Love prevails all. Haha, take that stupid Hinata, stupid Ino. I always win, Sakura yelled out. The next team is Teammate, which is Hinata, Shino and Kiba under Kurenai. Uruka said, what? Peasant, change it. Add Memma-kun to my team or add me to his team. You could replace me with that stupid Sakura, Hinata said, only to be ignored. You dare ignore me? I'm Hyuga. My father will hear of this, Hinata said as Iruka gave her a mocking smile. Go ahead, Miss Hyuga. It was your father that helped arrange these teams, Iruka said. It can't be. You lie, Hinata said. Next up would have been Team 9, but it's in circulation. So next up is Team 10, Ino, Shikamaru and Choji under Asuma Sarutobi, said Iruka sensei. Ha ha ha, the loser hasn't been assigned a team, Memma yelled out. I knew Hokage wouldn't recognize him as the Rookie of the Year. It was my Memma-kun, Sasuke-kun, Mito, Sakura and Ino yelled out. Pathetic, weak, disgrace, Mito yelled out, forgetting that she lost to him. Enough. As I was saying, Naruto has been apprenticed by Itachi Uchiha, Iruka said. What? Yelled Sasuke. Dope, I demand you give me that apprenticeship now. I'm Uchiha, and that's my brother. He should train me, yelled Sasuke. No, Naruto said. That's a lie. Dad would never approve of that, Memma Mito yelled out. You're right, Uruka said, as the class calmed down, thinking that Uruka was playing a joke. Your father didn't approve of it, but Lord Third did. He's taken Naruto as his own shinobi that doesn't fall under Fufukage's rule anymore. So, that was backed up by the Fire Daimyo, so I guess Minato lost this round, Iruka said. Damn it, yelled Memma. Give me that apprenticeship now, Sasuke yelled out. Lord Third is pushing it. I may have to end him, Mito said. After it was announced, Itachi appeared. Naruto Uzumaki, come with me, he said. Naruto nodded his head as the two shushined away. Well, let's skip introductions and get to the test. There will be plenty of time for us to learn about each other later on. So my test isn't really a test because you've already passed, but I don't see where the student of Lord Third stands, Itachi says. Well, that makes two of us. Let's see how strong the prodigy of the Uchiha clan is, Naruto says. Well then, let's start, Itachi says as he turned into crows, going at Naruto, landing a hit on Naruto, whose jogan wasn't active, so his passive infinite defense space wasn't active. Naruto sent a punch at Itachi, sending him flying back. You're good. Nobody's ever punched me like that before, Itachi said as he rushed at Naruto full speed. Fire Bojutsu, he said. Fire style. Fire Dragon Bullet Jutsu, Itachi added on as the two jutsus combined. Naruto seeing this, did his own hand signs. Water style, water dragon bullet, water style, water ball, he yelled as the fire and water clashed, making smoke. Itachi charged in, impressed. Such jutsu control, he thought, as the two engaged in taijutsu. Naruto punched Itachi, sending him flying back into a tree. Naruto then charged at Itachi, only to find himself kicked sending Naruto flying back a few steps as Naruto stabilized himself and elbowed Itachi, who poofed away in smoke as kunai came flying at Naruto in front of his face as he jumped back out of the way, backing up until he saw a giant fireball coming at him. Leaving no choice, Naruto activates his jogan, his one-eyed jogan. Itachi was surprised. Wait, Naruto has a dojutsu, he said. Naruto then charged in with great speeds, unseeable to Itachi. Even with his evolved eyes, the Mangekyo Sharingan, he couldn't see it. Itachi then found a fist embedded into his stomach, sending him flying back into a wall, knocking him out. A few hours later, Naruto saw Itachi stirring awake. So sensei, did I meet your expectations? Naruto said as Itachi smiled. You did well, Naruto. I can't believe how easily you defeated me with my Mangekyo. But I have to ask you, did you become strong from it? And why do you hide your eyes from Minato? Itachi asked, knowing that the Hokage viewing orb can only see a few stuff but not hear. And since Naruto was in the dust of the fire and water jutsu clash, the steam of it, Minato couldn't see it. So Naruto, why did you hide your dojutsu? Itachi asked. Yeah, I don't really trust Jiraiya Teme, Minato Teme, Kushina-ho or Tsunade-ho to not steal it from me. So I plan to reveal it in the training exams when I'm strong enough, Naruto says. I see. Well then I shall keep it a secret as well, Naruto. So I will meet you tomorrow at Lord Third's office. He will assign us a fair mission because you know how Minato is, Itachi says. As Naruto then started to walk away, he heard his sensei. Oh, and by the way, Naruto, prepare your bags. We will be going on a C rank mission. Since you don't have teammates, we don't need to do the stupid D rank missions for training, Itachi says as Naruto's eyes glowed a bit, but it quickly went back as he hid it. For the next few months, Naruto and Itachi completed C rank missions. This earned Naruto to the area of Minato a place in the bingo books. Donzo and Hiruzen actually worked together, pissing off Minato as Dry and Snardy suggested they went to Memamito respectively, but Hiruzen and Donzo had turned that down, saying that Dry needed to maintain his spinal work and Tsunade needed to take care of the hospital, and that was way more important than training some stupid bats of prophecy. So Hiruzen whacked them with the monkey Enma staff and told him, as third Hokage, the stupid prophecy won't ever be uttered in an important meeting ever again. Minato tried to stop it, as he thought that by keep on repeating it, he can make the people start to believe into it. But nobody actually did. The prophecy will now only be allowed to be spoken by you lot in your house, as that is now the decree of the Fire Daimyo, Hiruzen said. We now see Naruto and Itachi, who are walking into the missions office. When Anbu arrived, Lord Fourth has requested that Naruto and Itachi go and be sent on this mission. Kakashi and his team has encountered a demon brothers, and Sasuke was poisoned trying to take the shot for Mito, and he is now is near death. Mito said that she can't heal him. So yeah, the Anbu said as Itachi facepalmed. I hope father disowns Sasuke. He's been a disgrace to this clan, being the ultimate simp, taking hits for dumb girls, Itachi said, as he was pro Naruto mindset. The two of them set up. When they arrived, they saw Kakashi trapped in a water prison, Sakura shaking fit, and Memma, Mito and Sasuke failing to hit Zabuza with a transformed wind shuriken trick. Naruto, let's do this, Itachi says as Naruto nods. Fireball jutsu, Itachi says, as Zabuza turns around to see them. Wind style, wind bullet jutsu, Naruto yells as two jutsus combine, hitting Zabuza, but Zabuza does the substitution jutsu, switching with a log, and by doing this, Zabuza lost concentration. Kakashi was now free. The Uchiha prodigy, an S-rank threat, Kakashi of the Sharingan, a A-rank threat, and Naruto Uzumaki, the Moon Eye, the newest addition to the bingo books, who has completed over 100 C-rank missions without taking damage, and all people see is your eye that shines like a moon. Well, you're the only Deathkin I respect, Zabuza says. Naruto Baka is in the bingo book, alongside Itachi-sama and Kakashi-sama, yelled Sakura, breaking glasses as the ugly tone of her voice was heard by everybody, giving them headaches. Impossible. I should be that strong, Memma said. I know, right, Memoni, we should be that strong. How dare that loser becomes a B rank before me, Uchiha Sasuke said. The three elite shinobi of the leaf ignored him. Well then, Zabuza, let's get started then, Naruto says as he rushes Zabuza, with speeds unseeable to anybody's eyes. As his eyes glows and the jogan activates under the eye patch, Naruto punches Zabuza, sending him flying back. Zabuza then uses his sword to engrave it into the wall, stopping himself from dying from impact. "You're strong," Zabuza says, as Kakashi, Memma, Mito and Sasuke and Sakura stared in shock. "How is the loser so much stronger than us?" they said. "How does he have Lady Snarly's super strength?" Kakashi said. "Damn, that really hurts. That speed, the strength, I feel like my left rib is cracked a bit. I guess it's time. Water style, water dragon bullet," Zabuza yelled out. Naruto stood there as the jutsu came towards him, but eventually evaporated. It could not breach infinite space. Naruto's spatial veil technique had protected him by creating infinite distance from the jutsu of Zabuza and himself. "What the hell was that? I heard that your jutsu bend space and time to make infinite distance, but this, how do we even beat you?" Zabuza said. "You don't. I'm your death, Zabuza," Naruto says as he appeared behind Zabuza, cutting his head off clean and putting it in a scroll. Everyone was shell-shocked when suddenly ice needles came flying at Naruto, but they melt away. You killed my master, Zabuza," the masked man said, but it was too late. Before she could make hand signs to make her ice mirror, her head fell off clean as Naruto had severed it. Team Kakashi stared in shock and horror at how easily Naruto defeated and killed Zabuza, while Kakashi struggled, and so did the others, as well as killing Zabuza's apprentice. "Well done, Naruto," Itachi says. "You showed that you're at least on Kakashi's level," he said. "Naruto Uzumaki, what was that? You've been hiding this skill from your family. I heard you refused to teach Memma Mito, the prophecy children, that space-time technique. I demand you teach it now," yelled Kakashi. "As your superior officer, I want that now," Kakashi says. "Yeah, give us that technique. A loser like you is unbecoming of it," Memma Mito says. "I'm with Mito-chan," said Sasuke. "I agree with Sasuke-chan," Sakura said. "Get lost, Kakashi. I already told you once, and your stupid sensei this. I am not giving anything that is mine. I'm not giving my birthright, I'm not giving the Uzumaki clan, I'm not giving my jutsus. So anyways, Mr. Zabuza and Mr. Tazuna, do you want to continue the mission?" Naruto said. Eventually, they arrived at Tazuna's house. A few days later, they confront Gato and his men on the bridge. Naruto and Itachi massacred them all, raiding the gates and giving Wave back their money. They then were appreciated as heroes as the Great Naruto Bridge was built. We now see them back in the village. Where they arrived, they're going to give their report to Lord Further and Forth. "Oh yeah, by the way, Hiruzen GG, I want you to cash this in. It's the heads of the people I killed," Naruto says, unsealing Zabuza and Haku's head, making Minato's eyes widen. "You killed the demon of the mist? It can't be, it had to be my daughter and son." Mito and Memo were about to say yes, but then Itachi said no, it wasn't them, as he showed this little recording device. As Minato got mad, knowing he couldn't give Naruto's credit to Memma Mito, as Memma Mito got mad. "Well done, my boy, killing a and B rank shinobi on your first C rank mission with a team. You're going to definitely be the first A rank leaf ninja who became A rank before being a genin," Hiruzen said. "Naruto, why don't you share those damn techniques with your brother and sister?" Jiraiya yells out, coming out of the shadows. "Do you know how useful it could be for the prophecy?" he says. "I don't want to, loser. They are my techniques and I won't give them. Do you not understand?" Naruto says. "You brat," Jiraiya yelled, mad. "How dare you be rude to pervy sage," Memma Mito said. "Naruto, say sorry to Jiraiya sensei and give your jutsu as reprimation now," said Minato. "I'm good. All I said was the truth. You will see in the training exams. I'm going to embarrass your family, Lord Hokage," Naruto says. "Lord Third, am I dismissed?" Naruto says. "Yes, you are, my boy. Take this money for killing the heads, and we will be depositing the money for the mission afterwards at the end of the month," Hiruzen says. "Thanks, Hiruzen GG," Naruto says. But guys, that's all for today. Peace.